talk to him. I don't talk to him. I don't talk to him. I don't talk to them boys that sat on them benches. For I was in the game on 4 inches. Coach put me in the game on 4 inches. Put me in the game on 4 inches. Coach put me in the game on 4 inches. And I'ma lead them boys at the line of scrimmage.
Welcome back to another episode of 4th and Inches. It's your boy Mills, kicking it on my dog, my guy, the often imitated but never duplicated, Jody Davis. What's going on?
What's happening? What's going on, brother?
Man, just chilling, dog.
Feel like I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays.
Oh, man, listen, it's been a hot little minute since we put one together.
Yeah, man.
A lot's happened since last time we got together. Yeah. By the way, we know the elephant in the room. It's just two of us. Me and Kelt ain't seeing eye to eye right now. Maybe it gets worked out. Maybe it don't. I don't know. We'll see. But that's enough on that.
I'll make sure it gets worked out, guys.
As of right now, it's just me and Joe right now. But a lot's happened since we saw each other on here. But what's happened? So much. Happy late Father's Day. Happy late Juneteenth. Do I say happy Juneteenth? I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
is it happy Juneteenth?
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. Happy late of that. Happy late Father's Day. 4th of July is coming up. A lot of stuff. We're 10 Saturdays away from Florida State football. I know there's probably football on before that because usually
preseason.
I don't think preseason. Yeah, we're getting close, guys.
Yeah, we'll get preseason games next month. Something
else cool that happened since the last time y'all seen us. Your boy found out I'm having twins.
Doubling
up, bro. I'm catching all y'all with one swing. Yeah, man, me and the missus, we're expecting twins. We already have a 3-year-old boy. And, we wanted to try for a little girl. Well, she did. I didn't care. I'm cool either way. But, we wanted one more, and God bless us with 2. One boy, one girl is what the twins are. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm cool now. In the first 48 hours after I found that out, I wasn't handling it well.
Stressing.
Bro, all of the...
With a case, stressing.
All the financial stuff, was just hitting me all at once. All the, daycare. Bro, my wife needs a bigger car now. All that stuff. We need a bigger house, truthfully, but, we're going to make it do what it do. I'm losing my man cave. You know what I'm saying? That this room that I'm in right now is going to be a baby room here before too long. So your boy's been working pretty tough on a room outside that we have.
I seen him yesterday, man. That boy was drenched in sweat out there working.
Let's talk about that real quick. We've been trying to do this episode for the last couple of days. Life is crazy. Even, we had a couple months off, y'all. We said we was going to do more episodes. Well, we didn't. We've been busy. Joe gonna text me or call, FaceTime me. He didn't call or text. He FaceTimed.
Had to show him what was up, man.
He's like, man, listen. It was like 7:30. Joe's like, man, look what I'm doing. Joe is sitting in a chair, okay, which does suck because he was outside. So I will give him that. It wasn't like he wasn't, but he's sitting in a chair watching his son play football, showing me that he's busy. So I flip the camera around and show him all my tools that I'm out here working with. I'm putting an air conditioner in the we call it the Love Shack, the building outside, it's a little apartment. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm like, so yeah, I feel you.
Granted, I coach all day.
Yeah, you're a busy man. I'm never going to debate that.
Literally, I was, and then. Of course, I'm going to help out these. And I try not to be that dad. I try so hard not to.
Oh, yeah, I can't imagine you sitting there not doing nothing.
I try. Lord knows I try. I try to let my son be coached. But when the coach is out there talking about let's do some hitting drills and half the kids ain't got mouthpieces, hey, sir, what are we doing? Hey, sir, what are we doing?
That's rule number 1. You can't hit if you don't got a mouthpiece.
Then you got 6-year-olds. You trying to, hey, let's hit the 2-hole. Let's hit the 4-hole. I'm like, bro, that's not gonna work with them. Yeah, dog, that's not. Yeah, brother.
So you're helping out a little bit there too.
Trying not to. I don't want to be that dad. I really and I promised myself, soon as I found out we was having a boy, in my mind I was like, I'm not going to be that dad. I'm going to coach my son up at home, as much and as best as possible, and then I'm just not going to be that dad.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, my son just played t-ball for the first year, and I didn't sign up for coaching because I'm the same way. I just was like, and it's t-ball.
Right.
I was more involved than I thought I was going to be. I was out there a lot. I was pretty much a coach. They called me coach. I wasn't a coach, but I was out there a lot.
You get involved, man. You definitely get involved in it.
I'm like you. I can't help it.
Yeah, I coached this soccer team. Year before last. I got kind of forced into coaching the soccer team towards the end of last year. We had I don't know if anybody out there has signed their kids up for soccer for the city of Tallahassee, Parks and Rec, but there is a ridiculous amount of kids that play soccer in Tallahassee. I didn't even know.
Really?
Bro, listen to me. I forget the number 2 years ago when I coached, but I got approached about coaching multiple teams. Like, hey, are you able to coach 2 teams? I'm just like, look, man, I'm just out here because my son and my nephew playing. All right, this is my first rodeo. I'm football, brother.
I don't know much. Yeah, American football.
So this past year, I think they said it was like 1,800 kids that signed up for soccer through the city of Tallahassee. And the team that we were on, his coaches coached 3 total teams.
Yeah, that's insane.
3. So they were at the park all day. The city of Tallahassee do a pretty good job of scheduling these coaches that coach multiple teams. Working their schedule around. But no,
that's a lot going on.
Correct.
I don't know enough about soccer to even begin. Baseball and football, pretty much where my knowledge lies. Soccer's. But, I've had this talk with you before. Soccer is one of them sports where it does help with your feet and all. So, it's a good one for kids to also play, especially at a young age. I can just remember when I was a kid, my mom would sign me up for everything, even if I didn't want to play it. And I'd always hate so much when she'd sign us up for soccer. I used to hate
I liked soccer when I was younger, man.
You know how many miles these guys? I mean, I'm talking about the pros, of course, but how many miles they run?
They run a lot.
Like 20 or something crazy. I've never seen this. That's a marathon almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm the same way though. But yeah, we're sorry we ain't been getting together. Life been in the way and just a lot of stuff going on. But we're here today. Like I said, we're getting closer. We're getting real close, actually. I mean, somebody already paid me for fantasy football to be, so we're getting close. We are getting super close. And today's episode, we got not light. We're gonna be light with y'all. We're going to talk about the 3 players that we're excited the most about watching this year on our teams. 3 players that we're pretty excited about seeing, veterans, or if it's a new guy, whatever it is. I'm sure I can guess one of his. I'm sure he can guess one of mine. I'll be interested to hear about the others. Actually, I bet I can guess 2 of yours.
Think so?
Yeah. And then I also have a hypothetical question for Jarvis.
That's something I want to ask you too, man.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good. Yeah. I like that. I love those unplanned little talks. You know what I mean? Because we most of the time we talk about what we're going to talk about before. Let's dive on into this, man. You want to go? Or you want me to go? Or you want to go 1-1? What do you want to do?
We'll go 1-1 because I'm like, you might guess 1, but I'm not a.
I mean, DJ Lagway is for sure 1, and then I feel
he's
like
not.
Ball is another one.
He's
not excited about seeing your.
No. Of course, I'm excited about seeing him, but there's I know what I'm going to get out of him.
Okay, I like that.
I know what I'm going to get out of him. So
go ahead and give me number 1.
My first one,
whatever order.
My first one is Trey Wilson. He was hurt last year. He's I don't know if you've seen pictures of him lately. He looks like a running back. Like he's put on some
bulked up a little bit.
Yeah, he put on some muscle. I mean, he's only listed at 190 pounds, 5'10", 190 pounds, but he looks
190 on 5'10" though.
It's a good frame. Good frame. This is going into his 3rd year, 80 receptions in the last 2 years. Of course, he only played a few games. I think God, how many? I think he might have played 3 games last year. I'm not sure.
He was poised for a big year last year, but he just
Yeah,
didn't. I feel like DK and y'all ran the ball pretty good too last year. So.
Yeah, but I guess we can count last year too. 80 receptions, 104 yards, 7 touchdowns in the past 2 years. Of course, that coming with him not playing the bulk of last year. I think he's set to have a great junior year and most likely going to the draft.
Yes, his third. Yeah, because he broke out on the scene pretty heavy with in his
freshman year. Yeah, he was freshman. He was balling.
He was out there.
Yeah.
Whoa. Is that my phone? Yeah, that's my phone. Okay, I like that. Do you have anything else on him?
Nah, that was it. Just that's my first guy. I'm ready to see have a major comeback.
Yes. You go receiver. I also go receiver for my first one. Squirrel White. He's a transfer wide receiver from Tennessee. He only had 34 receptions and 381 yards last year and 2 touchdowns. He was banged up later in the season, towards the end of the season, I should say. But I mean, I think the year before that he had like 800 yards. So like he's definitely talented. That's pretty good in the SEC. Very fast. I've seen a couple of plays from him. Of course, a highlight tape is a highlight tape. You're only going to see the good stuff. So I don't know of anything negative to say about him yet.
Right.
But from what I heard about practice and with the highlights I've seen, I think we got us one Squirrel White. I think he's going to. I don't know if he's going to play outside or slot yet. I would think slot because he's 5'10". I would assume he's going to play slot receiver, which Ja'Kai Douglas has been our slot guy for the last several years. He's been here forever, or was here forever. Think we're pretty excited about seeing him, as I am a lot of the receivers because it's all new guys pretty much. But
right.
Squirrel White, if I had to pick one, him. Damn.
Okay. My number 2 guy, you said it earlier, Jaden Ball. He was I didn't know he was this big. 6 foot, 230 pounds. Did not know this kid was that big. Last year, he had 133 carries, 673 yards, rushing 7 touchdowns. That's a hell of a freshman year.
Freshman.
Yeah, true freshman. He came on the scene strong. He came on the scene strong last year, and he helped us win some ball games. Definitely, late in the season, he was a load, man. I didn't know the kid was that big. I didn't know he was 230 pounds. That's a big back.
No, I didn't. I'll be honest with you, I didn't either. And also, he stepped up huge because Montrell Johnson went down.
Yeah, Montrell went down, and he stepped up huge, man.
Is Jackson still there?
I just looked at the roster today.
But Jaden Ball is your starter. Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Because Jackson got some burn too.
2 seconds. I just looked at the roster today. Or the 2 deep.
I look at ours and it's like, I think the ones that always pops up was rlads.com. And I feel like a lot of that shit's wrong.
Isn't it wrong?
The for sure thing, some of the for sure things are right, but like I see some of those like he's not starting. I wouldn't imagine.
Don't know who that guy is.
Yeah. I mean, I'll hear about a player getting talked about by the coaches pretty heavy about which you would think they're playing going to start, and he ain't even listed. He's listed at number 2 or number 3. You're like,
Yeah, Jacoby Jackson's still there.
Yeah, he got some burn last year too.
Yeah, he did. He played a lot. I mean, of course,
Willie likes to run the ball though, right?
We're normally, just historically, since the 2000s, we've been running back by committee. Like it's like we're not in the days of Fred Taylor or Emmitt Smith anymore. We especially those late national championship years, we had a bunch. We ran a few backs, but I mean, of course,
it's rainy.
Yeah, of course, strong run game always open up the pass game. So,
yeah, Jaden Ball is definitely one. I can't believe you don't have Lagway, but I figured Jaden Ball.
I know what I'm gonna get out of Lagway. I know. I do.
You hope what you get.
It's not hype, man. It's real.
I don't know, man.
There's
a lot of hype behind. There's a lot of hype for DJ Lagway.
Listen. Hype is something that it's kind of you got to believe in it. It's like, oh, is it true? Is it? Oh man, nah. He's for real. We know he's for real. He's for real.
He does make plays, and but he's going to have to be. He was obviously a baby last year. He was a true freshman and playing the most important position on the field. Though, we'll see. There's a lot of hype though, and not just from fans. I'm seeing some ESPN analysts start to, say some stuff about, DJ Lagway possibly being the best quarterback in the SEC.
Come on with it.
I mean, there's a lot of guys over there. Garrett Nussmeier. I'm not a huge believer in him, but he's definitely, he should be. I would think him and, of course, Art Manning would be. He's definitely everybody's favorite to win the Heisman, but who else do you got over there? Bama's breaking a new one in. Very excited about that. Jackson Dart, a lot of guys left. Lenore Sellers is a one that a lot of people are hype on too.
I like my guy.
Yeah, why you should.
I like my guy.
I don't know if he's got as much confidence as what my quarterback's talking about. We'll get to him in a minute, though.
Yeah, that was my question. That was my question.
All right, we'll wait then. We'll wait. My number two guy. Very excited about. I think he could have went pro this year, man. He come back for a final year. Darrell Jackson, homegrown, right down the road. Darrell Jackson didn't have the best numbers, but what?
Go ahead.
No, I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it.
So, took my guys, few of my linemen to Florida State last week, and if those who don't know, Godby has a relationship with Darrell Jackson because our head coach used to coach him in high school. Right. So, he came over, we chopped it up, asked me, hey, he to come over. And I started to take a picture with him and send it to you. But I was like, nah, I'm
you should have.
And
also get me a badge. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. Take my own picture.
I spoke with him. I spoke with Hand, and I spoke with
offensive line coach.
Yeah, Hand is the offensive line, who's ironically him and my position coach in high school, Coach Mack, are really good friends, which is crazy. Okay. And then I spoke with Norville. They're showing high interest in my left tackle. So
let's go.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Darrell Jackson, he didn't have world beating numbers last year, but who did on this team? You know what I'm saying? Nobody did.
Correct.
So, but he's a big man. We're switching to a 3-3 defense, 3-3-5, which, from what I've seen and heard and learned about the 3-3-5, because we've never ran it, the D linemen, you really need three of them like Darrell Jackson. But I don't think we do. But I think, we got him in the middle, and I think he's going to create havoc. Tony White, our defensive coordinator, has been raving about him. I think he's poised for a decent year. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to go out here and get 8 sacks or nothing because he plays nose guard. But last year on a shit team, he had 3.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. Control the run and
control the A gap.
Control that. That's you. You know what I'm saying? From what I've heard, the linebackers get most of the shine in the 3-3-5. But yeah, I just need him to create havoc up there. And Tony White has been raving about him. I mean, he's the effort he said he's putting in, and this is kind of it. I believe Darrell Jackson was one that went to the Bahamas mid-season last year or something. Like he went on vacation mid-season for a weekend or something. And so, but this is it for him. I feel like, but I also feel like this, he might could have made the team. It's a big dude. That's one thing.
He is a huge individual.
Huge individual. Farmer went. I feel like he could have went too. But yeah, Darrell Jackson, he's definitely one that I feel like I'm pretty excited about. I had some honorable mentions and some guys that I was maybe going to pick over. I'll be honest with you, all three of mine could have been offense, but I wanted to sprinkle a defensive guy in there. And I feel like Darrell Jackson is kind of the one I had to do, man. Darrell Jackson, come on. Homegrown. Let's fucking get it, Darrell. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, I'm rooting for that guy. He's a good guy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm rooting for the guy. I like him. Just for the relationship that my program have with him, and I'm rooting for the guy.
Yeah.
Except for when you play, my Gators.
Absolutely. I wouldn't expect you to, but yeah, literally the school he played for, we're not really vibing with.
We don't talk about it, no.
But but right down the road, man, homegrown pretty much. He played. I didn't know this. I thought he went to Miami originally. He went to Maryland 1 year.
Yeah.
And then played for Miami, and now he's at Florida State in the 2nd year. Need him to go out here and do his thing. Come on, Daryl Jackson. We thought as the whole team though, but the defense got to be better. I think Daryl Jackson is the front man to make it better. Who you got?
My third and final guy. Talk about redemption stories. Cormani McClain. I like this kid. Has put a bad taste in some people's mouths, and he said some things, and he's had some things said about him. I want to see this kid have a breakout season, prove the naysayers wrong. He didn't play he only played in 3 games last year. 5 tackles, 2 pass breakups. He had a pick 6. But I want to talk about redemption stories. I want to see he seemed like he's cleaned up his act and has gotten used to the college structure and schedule. So I'm looking for this kid to have a big year.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the whole Dion thing. It was kind of weird, that whole situation with Cormani and Dion. Very weird, to be honest. But yeah, he, as you just said about Daryl, Cormani's one. I'm not gonna say I'm rooting for him because he wears orange and blue, but he's a Florida kid. You know what I'm saying? He's a Florida kid. Be good to see him. He's got all the talent in the world.
Yeah, 6'1", 185.
Got the frame for it. Couldn't get on the field much last year with y'all's defense, which down the stretch played extremely well. Yeah, I see that. Cormani, that's one I didn't expect from you. I also forget he's there. Yeah. But yeah, I see that. I can see that. Cormani. Real Florida kid though, man. Like when you think about a Floridian that plays football, he's one of them. You know what I mean? I like Cormani.
Real Florida legit.
A real one.
Love it.
Yeah. On to my third. Can you guess who? TC1 Thomas Castellanos. I'm so excited.
Oh boy.
I'm so excited. The most excited. Jordan Travis 2.0.
Writing checks, boy.
Ain't he? We'll talk about that in 1 minute. I'll tell you how I truthfully feel about it.
Okay.
TC1, man, I need it. Our offense has always worked at least some kind of better, at least some sort of offense if the quarterback can run a little bit.
Yeah.
Jordan Travis, we were spoiled with him for a long time. He was able to make miracles happen out of nothing. I've seen some plays where Thomas Castellanos can do the same, where he's invented something out of nothing. And that might be a lot sometimes. I mean, I feel like if Thomas Castellanos was on our team last year, probably win a couple more than 2 games. Because when the play breaks down, which it did a lot last year, I need somebody that can get the goddamn vertical. And Thomas Castellanos can do that. Didn't have the greatest year last year. A lot of people like to talk about him getting benched. Well, guess what? He also got hurt. He got hurt before he got benched. That's why he left the game. Everybody wants to leave that part. Oh, he got benched. He did get benched, but he also was playing, and they were like winning that game. I forget who it was against, but he went down with an injury. I think he was out the next game, and then they were just going to continue with Grayson. I don't know his last name. The quarterback there for Boston College. They're going to continue with him. So he did technically get benched, but I'm just saying he went down because of injury, and that's what started the whole process. Because last year he finished with 1,366 yards, completing 61.5% of his passes, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He also ran for 194 yards with another touchdown. Not the best year, but in 2023, you know what I'm saying? Passed for 2,248 yards, 15 touchdowns ran for 1,113 yards and 13 touchdowns. First quarterback in the ACC to do that since Lamar Jackson. I'm just telling you now. I've said this before, but it's been months, so I will remind y'all. If Castellanos can do 2023 numbers at Florida State, and that's not a lot. I mean, that is a lot of rushing yards for a quarterback. But if he can put up 2,000 yards passing and protect the ball, don't be out here throwing a lot of picks, because he did have a lot of picks that year too. He threw several. Mm-hmm. Like I think he threw almost as many. But that was his first real year of getting a shot at starting quarterback. But if he can have a similar year, 2,000 yards passing, and I'll say like 600 yards or more rushing, I think Florida State surprises a lot of people. I'm not saying we're going 13-0, but I'm definitely going to a bowl game. We're winning some more games. We're having a little bit more fun than we had last year. I feel that wholeheartedly.
With all that being said, do you feel like y'all have? I mean, I like Hand. I do. I spoke with him a few times, coaching clinics, and just this past weekend at the camp, at the big man camp. But do you feel like offensive line is still your weakest part, as offensively or team wise? Because that was a severe, lack thereof last season, was the offensive line play.
Offensive line stunk. We did pick up some transfers. Mm-hmm. Pettibon from like Wake Forest or Vanderbilt. I always forget which one. We picked up another one. Where the hell was he from? Several transfer offensive linemen. Mm-hmm. We still got y'all's guy who come from y'all. Yeah. What's his name?
The guy with the dreads. I don't know. I can't remember.
Big dude. Yeah. Man, what's his name? I feel like the offensive line, obviously, yeah. I mean, if I had to pick one thing on the offense that I'm the most worried about, is definitely going to be the offensive line, because how bad it stunk. I've heard a lot of things about Hand and how he operates. And another thing I know about Gus Malzahn is he likes to run the ball. He wants to run, and
zone.
You are not going to run without an offensive line. Mm-mm. So I would hope. It's going to bug me until I know his name. And I'm going to have to look it up right now, and that way I know our full offensive line. Okay, Micah Pettis. I think he come over from Ole Miss. Adrian Medley, I'm pretty sure, come over from UCF with Gus and Hand. Luke Pettibon. Richie Leonard is the guy. We couldn't think of his name. So the whole offensive line pretty much is new. Gunnar Hansen, he's the one from Wake Forest. That's the one from Wake Forest. So the whole offensive line is
pretty much new.
Pretty much new. I'm not saying that's the for sure starting five. That's what this website has.
But you don't bring in transfers to
for no reason
to sit them on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the guys that we already had ain't it. But I think we might, like, I do hear a lot about Andre Otto. Jalen Early, he's one that's been here a long time. I think he started last year.
Otto, the left tackle last year?
Yeah. He played some. We rotated a lot of different guys because of injuries and just people not doing their job. But Otto plays left guard is what this lists him at. But,
okay.
I mean, Lucas Simmons, he was a pretty highly recruited offensive lineman. I mean, we got some guys, but I'm willing to wager it's going to be a lot of the transfers that start, because from what I read, they did their job where they was. Especially Pettibon. A lot of people are talking about him and Micah Pettis. A lot of people, they did their job last year. So I would imagine them two definitely get in there. Offensive line, definitely. If I had to pick one, but the wide receivers is all new too, and the quarterback.
Yeah,
this is a lot of new.
It's a lot of new faces.
It's a lot of new faces.
A lot of new faces.
The running backs are back, with Cam Davis, Roydell Williams, and the what's the other guy's name? Isaiah, and then Thomas Land, or is it Thomas Landon? It's Landon Thomas is what it is. The tight end, who was a true freshman last year, played pretty well. That's about it, though, on offense. So we'll see. I think that we got something, though. I don't. Okay, we're not 13-0. I don't know for that, but
glad you're being realistic.
We got Bama. Well, I'm probably going to get a little stupid when the season approaches. I'm probably gonna be talking a little bit more shit. I cannot help it.
Lord
But
Jesus.
we can't be as bad. We can't. I don't think so. The big question, which I don't understand, was Castellanos throwing. I mean, he ain't the worst passer. I mean, Jordan Travis wasn't the best passer for several years while he was here, but I don't need him to pass for 4,000
You need
yards.
him to
I don't need
make plays.
it.
You need him to make plays.
I need him to make plays.
Tebow
Extend drives.
wasn't the best passer. He made plays.
Right. I need him to extend drives, keep the offense on the field. I can't tell you how many 3rd and 9s I've seen last year. Like, we've had 2 plays and we got 1 yard. That's not good. So
y'all would run the ball on third and manageable. Like,
yeah, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, like that was
3rd and
crazy
5
last year. I don't know.
Like, what have we seen? Because you know why? Because Norvell's about to go for it on 4th down. You know what I'm saying? Well, to have Fitzgerald in your back pocket, we didn't kick a lot as much as we should.
Crazy, man.
I mean, we only scored 21 points, like what, one time? Twice? Offense was abysmal. So I feel like we got some, and even talk about Deuce Robinson, the transfer from USC, big guy, legacy guy, wide receiver. Not quite sure what we're going to do with the other wide receiver position. I mean, LaWayne McCoy, there are several guys that.
I know you mentioned Danzy might be going to receiver. You think
Danzy has moved to receiver?
He's full-time receiver now. Okay.
Yeah. But,
his
big highlight last year, we sent him on a wheel route, and he was past the receiver. He is so fast.
He's been tearing up the track this offseason. I don't know if you've been watching.
Oh yeah, he just broke a record. I think.
Yeah, man, he's been tearing up the track.
So
hometown kid,
hometown baby, Florida High. With the Thomas Castellanos selection here, though, my boy is out here talking some shit.
This guy said Nick Saban isn't there anymore.
Yeah, Nick Saban's not there. I don't see him stopping.
I don't see him stopping. So my question to you, I know you're a shit talker.
Bigly,
you're a shit talker. Do you like or prefer your players to be this borderline confident or stupid, and stirring up the damn hornet's nest, or do you wait till you play the game?
Personally, I've always gravitated towards people that talk shit. One of my favorite UFC fighters was Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? He talks shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like that. But you're coming off a 2-10 season, my guy. Well, I know you're not. But the team is, and I don't know if it's the right time to say all that, but I do. But I also kind of fuck with it. I'm like, go ahead and let them know, cuz I like confidence, brother. I do. I really like confidence. I don't want to. Should you say that? I don't know. You could be like, yeah, we got it. You know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing you can do is say that and then go out here and get your ass whooped. Then you're a walking meme. You know what I'm saying? I'm also not a huge fan of giving people fuel.
Best believe people screenshotting this, and
they probably have this on their locker room. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and it's Bama.
What was that, Vandy? Bama, you're next. It's like, theoretically, we are next on their schedule.
Yeah,
59-0.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the confidence. I do. I'm when I read it at first, I'll be honest, I thought it was fake.
Thought it was too.
I was like, he did not say that. What I don't like is he kind of shit on players that he used to play with at Boston College a little bit. Not a huge fan of that. Now that their situation was a lot different than a lot of people's, but there's been a lot of situations like that where players left teams that shit happened, and that's why they left, and you didn't hear them talking shit about at the end of the day, you still
going through that right now.
I feel you. Wondering if he's going to talk about that, but
I won't speak on it.
Be smart, kids. Listen, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. I do and I don't. I fuck with it because I do want my quarterback. He is the most important player on the field. The quarterback is. I need him to be confident. I don't want him to be up there scared.
Yeah.
I need you to be up there cocky and talking shit. Let's go. But you got to perform too. But I don't like the fact that you just gave Alabama more reason, more of a few. But at the same time, dog, you think Alabama ain't coming into that game knowing they're probably we're gonna kick these guys' ass. I mean, they stink. But
so here's my take on shit talking. In order for you to be able to, trash talk, you have to have something tangible to stand on.
yes,
Like, here's my resume. This is what I do.
all right.
And it's not like, okay, yeah, I struck gold once. No, this is what I do on a regular. This is what I do. That's why I talk like this, because this is what I do.
Right.
So, yeah, man. Hey, calm down, man.
He also said he tore the ACC up.
Tore the ACC up is crazy.
Yeah, he beat some teams. Hell, even in the 2023 year, bro, they gave us a run.
They did.
He was running. He was running all over us, bro. He is a talented player. I'm gonna fuck what nobody said. And to be honest, to be determined. I feel like this should be the best team he ever played on. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. I mean, he was at Boston College. On paper, we have better players. You know what I'm saying?
Normally,
the game is not played on paper.
Yeah,
but
true.
But last year and this year, on paper, you'd be like, Florida State has more talent. They've recruited better. They've, they're a higher brand. They're a bigger brand. You know what I'm saying? They got better guys. But sure didn't play it like it last year. But, I wouldn't say you tore the ACC up by no means. 2023, you did a pretty good job. You handled
put up some numbers
last year. Put up some really good numbers. Like I said, since Lamar Jackson, no one done that. So, which hasn't been too terribly long ago, but still. Well, I guess Lamar Jackson's been a little while though. He's in his second contract, so it's been like 5, 6, 7 years. Something.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's Bama. It is Alabama.
Still Alabama.
Now they're breaking in a new quarterback too, though.
Yeah, they are.
And by the way, it's not the same Bama team though. Bama is still.
It's not Nick Saban's Bama.
It ain't. They lost to fucking Vanderbilt,
but they still got money to pay some guys to come in.
They do, and they have Ryan Williams, who is 1B. I feel like Do you think Ryan Williams is as good as Jeremiah Smith? I don't, but I think he's up there, same tier.
Yeah, definitely same tier.
Yeah,
definitely same tier. They were. I think they were going to end up someplace together. They went on a recruiting visit at the same place.
That would have been insane.
And they was like, "Hey, well, was it
Miami?
Was it Miami?
I think it was.
I remember.
Oh no! Wait! It might have been us because Ryan Williams was like kind of committed.
It might have been Florida State
because Jeremiah Smith was a late or was it Jeremiah? No, I'm tripping. Ryan, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. It wasn't Ryan Williams. Jeremiah Smith was wearing Florida State gloves all the time, pretty much committed to us. Like he was not a hard commit, but it was looking like we was going to get him. And then here come Ryan Day getting him to flip. Could you imagine any team though, not just mine? I would have been.
That would have been. Yes, they down there somewhere. They down there somewhere.
Yeah. And then DJU throwing the ball. Oh my god! Oh my god! That would have been stupid. That'd have been stupid.
Oh man!
Although I feel like I could play quarterback with that team.
Yeah, those receivers.
Yeah, but those you got Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's two best wide receivers. I feel like in the.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and they're gonna come out of the same draft.
I would pay so much money to get those two if I was a GM.
Just stink it up.
Oh my god, I would give every pick for the next
10 years.
Yeah, get those two
Jeremiah
Smith. Roster.
I feel like Jeremiah Smith's league ready now. I don't think he needs to put on any more tape.
Huge.
He's ready. He's ready.
And he approaches the game like a pro already.
You can't teach what he's got.
Yeah, he's so locked. It's scary how this, like, listening to this. Like, I watched interviews of this kid talk about, like, his life is football. There's nothing else. His life, and it's been that way for a long time. Like high school, middle school, his life has been football.
Yeah.
Like, man, if I can give my son just a little piece of that,
a fraction of it.
I want you to be a kid. Listen, I want you to be a kid. But listen, hey, We going
You
places.
see what he's doing?
We going places.
Yeah. Dude, he's gonna get so much money.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
See what my boy Travis Hunter just got?
I didn't. They just
Big check, dog.
yeah, crazy.
Big check. Big check. Before we move on,
I ain't even ESPN been going off all day. I ain't check it.
Jaguars Travis Hunter
Mm-hmm.
signs $46 million rookie contract with $30 million bonus paid up front. Let's go, Hunter.
Money. Yeah.
I have a hypothetical for you.
Okay.
I actually seen this on Facebook,
Okay.
and it was in all kinds of weather page that just randomly popped up because I promise you I don't follow it. This is what it says. Walk with me here. A genie pops out of a bottle and offers you the following deal for Gator football: 10-2 with a loss to Georgia and a shocking home upset to the loss of to FSU. However, Florida is guaranteed a slot in the college football playoff. You don't know how Florida will do in the college football playoff. You just know that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
You take the risk and lose to Florida State and Georgia, two of your rivals.
No.
If it guarantees you a spot in the playoff.
No.
Why?
Because I'll have to hear about it.
You have to hear about it from me?
You and Georgia fans that I know.
Georgia fans are bad now. They used to not be.
Yeah.
They're up there with one of the most annoying fan bases
Listen,
now.
I would rather go 2-10 and win those two.
I feel you. All would have been forgiven last year if we could have just not won, especially Miami, because they was popping their shit.
A rival is a rival. Hear me out,
Mm-hmm.
ladies and gentlemen. I took my few of my linemen to Florida State camp last week.
I know where this is going.
I talked to John. I made a post about it on Facebook. I don't know if you guys seen it. Some did, some didn't. Let's retract. So the past couple years, I normally take my linemen to Florida, right, to the big man's camp. The big man camp and the 7-on-7 that they put on didn't align this year, so we didn't take our big man down, right? But my coaches out there, if you ever been to the University of Florida, any type of camp, 7-on-7, whatever, the Gatorade is plentiful. Hear me when I say plentiful.
It's everywhere.
There is a Gatorade cooler filled with Gatorade everywhere on every corner of the practice field, inside, outside, wherever, however much you want. Sometimes I just walked up to the cooler and grabbed 4 cups just because I can. Just because, what flavor is that? The cooler girl telling me, I just made a new flavor. Oh, what flavor is that?
Jarvis be like, is that cucumber?
Don't mind it. Cucumber. Don't mind if I do. What flavor is that? Oh, this is fierce melon. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Hydrated.
Yeah.
Love it. Go Gators. I take my men to Florida State last week. First of all, if you guys don't know, Florida State does not drink Gatorade. They drink Powerade.
Yeah.
They drink
Which does suck.
You can't buy a Gatorade on Florida State campus. We're rivals. I get it. Cool. So
yeah, but dang, man, I don't agree with this one.
This is at the beginning of camp. This before camp even starts. I'd walk in, right? The girls are sitting the cups on the table. There's a water side and there's a Powerade side, right? I've gone through this long line with my players, getting height, weights, etc. Paying for them to get in, all the stuff you go through in pre-camp stuff, right? So I'm a little parched. It's hot. It's hot outside. Finally make it inside. Finally make it inside to the indoor. I say, hey, let me go grab me a cup of Powerade. The only flavor they had was the yellow one. Of course. So I walk over to the table, and I go to reach for a cup. The cooler girl says, "Oh, the Powerade's only for the campers."
Yikes.
Okay.
Now, mind you, Jarvis had his bonnet on.
I did not. I did not. I don't wear this outside of this environment. I don't even wear this to bed, ladies and gentlemen. I assure you, I don't.
This is just for the show.
This is just for the show. I did though advise one of our defensive linemen not to wear gator gloves. I was like, "Hey man, you might not want to wear them." I was like, "You might not want to wear them, dog." Yeah. He was like, "Why, coach?" I was like, "Yeah, nah. I mean, I don't mind.
State,
I don't mind, but you got to look at where you at."
Yeah. And Odell's gonna tell you to leave.
Oh boy.
You see, I think as long as Odell's alive, I don't think we'll have Gatorade on campus.
Yeah. Nah.
Because I think he's the big pusher of this.
Yeah.
Movement.
But to that, to finish the story. So, because my players love me so dearly, I walked back over to where we got our stuff set up at. I said, "Oh, how about the girl say the Gatorade is only for the cameras? Coach, want to go get some Gatorade?" I think about maybe 4 players when they got me 2 cups of Gatorade apiece. Thought that was gonna stop me. Powerade. I'm sorry, y'all don't drink Gatorade. Go ahead.
But my thing is, was they expecting y'all just to like bring your mug or something? Come on, Florida State, do better. I mean, that's my school, and I love y'all a lot, but do better, man. The coaches are just hot.
We're the reasons the kids are here.
We brought them. You know what I'm saying? We're coaching them now. Yeah, when Joe told me this, I was like, well, didn't tell me. He just broadcasted it on Facebook for the world to think we're poor. But but I don't know, man. Yeah.
Highly disappointed, man. Highly disappointed.
After you got a kid to not wear gator gloves. Look
after I got a kid not to wear gator gloves.
You should have told her that story.
Yeah. Next year, I'm bringing Gatorade. I'm bringing me what's the biggest pack I could bring? You got like an 18 pack of the minis? Yeah. Okay. Walk with it on my shoulder. Probably two shoulders. Walk through.
When somebody says something like, well,
I mean,
y'all won't let me get none.
I can't. I mean, Gatorade tastes better. Crazy. Gatorade tastes better anyway.
I'm not going to argue that. I mean, anybody that will. I don't even know how Powerade still exists. It has to be Florida State, right? Because is anyone out there? I'm interested in the comments. Please let me know. Is anybody out there? And I think I'm going to mark this clip now. Maybe I'll make a poll on our pages. Does anybody out there truthfully go buy Powerades? Really? I'm being serious.
I will sometime because it's cheaper. Like if I'm buying if I take a bunch of players to work out or something, and I go buy them a Powerade because
there's not one that tastes good.
They're normally dirt cheap. But the thing I don't like about them is it's like you feel more dehydrated after you drink one.
Yeah. Dude, for real. I mean, the purple ones stink. The red ones stink. The blue ones taste like nothing. I don't understand it, bro. There's not a Gatorade besides cucumber. That shit's ridiculous.
Cucumber's good, man.
That is terrible.
You gotta try it.
Like you just said, when you take a sip of Gatorade, probably the best thing in Florida. Shands and Gatorade. That's the best things y'all did down there.
Powerade tastes like sadness and depression.
It does. I feel poor drinking it. But literally, when you take a sip of Gatorade, there's literally a thirst quenching action that happens when you take a sip of Gatorade, bro. Like you're like, there.
Especially that fierce melon, man. That fierce melon. Like I like cucumber, but that fierce melon get me, man.
I don't think I've had that one. I literally was working. This was many years ago. We're in Florida. It's hot. It's a different kind of hot for anybody that listens to us who ain't living in Florida. It's a different kind of hot here, buddy. Mm-hmm. My homeboy, we was working outside, and it was so hot, and he had a white shirt on like this, and we were so fucking thirsty. And somebody pulled up, got us some Gatorades, or we had some in the cooler or something. My dog drank a red Gatorade so fast. He drank a red Gatorade, chugged it pretty much, drank half of another one, went back to work. his shirt, he started sweating. His white shirt was red, bro.
Really?
I'm like, that's alarming. You just drank that and it's already coming out your pores.
That's crazy.
We probably should probably go get some air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. I'm like, did you spill this all over you? You're sweating Gatorade out already, dude. It's been like 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
It's insane. It's insane, bro. Promise you. That's like I can't even. But those who live there kind of understand. Like it's hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's hot. It's a different kind of hot down here, man. I'm sick of it. But answer my question. So you wouldn't take the 10-2 guaranteed playoff spot? Because I have homies, as I've mentioned many, many times on here, up north, Michiganders and also Ohio State fans that I know. Ohio State just won the championship, but they also lost to Michigan, which stings. That's the one they don't want to lose ever. And Michigan talks a lot of shit, but it's in one ear and out the other.
Still got to hear it.
Championship.
Still got to hear it.
I know, but it falls on deaf ears when you won the championship, though, bro.
Does it?
From what I've seen, it does.
Oh, man.
They got a ring, bro.
Yeah, but that damn loss, though.
I know, but you got a ring. I feel like that trumps my loss.
Like driving around in a what day they had
at least
a Beamer with a big scratch down, make you not even want to drive it.
a blemish. Yeah. I feel you because I don't know though, dude. If you could guarantee me, I'm not going to say Miami and Florida. Let's like Clemson and Florida.
Guarantee you a playoff spot, and you lose in the first round. Then what?
That's true.
Right.
That's true. But you still make the playoffs. It's still fun. But yeah, I don't think that's a tough one because if it's Miami and Florida L's and I'm in the playoffs, it's a for sure no.
Yeah.
If it's like one of them, like Florida and Clemson, because I don't like losing to Clemson either, but it's definitely stings less than losing either one of y'all,
right.
Miami or Florida.
If your 10-2 record would have been the two games would have been Miami and Florida, you would have been all right. Would you not have been?
Oh, if my two wins?
If your two wins last year would have been Miami and Florida.
All's forgiven.
Right.
All's forgiven. I'm
right.
I literally can pop my shit and talk my shit, y'all, and because the 2-10 jokes are still going to be there. But I beat you guys.
My point exactly.
I've said this before. I don't know if anybody else does this, and we're about to get out of here. But sometimes I have trouble sleeping, so I'll turn on YouTube on my TV, and I'll just watch old games. And when I say
when y'all were good.
Literally,
you wake up in cold sweat. Jordan Travis.
Shut up. That's one of the problems. Right?
I had to get you. You know I had to get you.
Shout out my dog, J Trav. Almost named my son Jordan.
Oh man,
I didn't, bro. I wasn't even close. I didn't even get a choice in the matter.
Okay.
But I named my son, my first son, and his name is cool as shit, so I didn't get much help on it.
It is dope.
What the hell was I saying?
You wake up, or you watch.
I watch games. I'll watch a football game. Nothing puts me to sleep better than watching a game that I already know the outcome of. So, I'll turn on, and it ain't just Florida State. I'll watch, Alabama versus Georgia, or the other night I was watching Texas versus Georgia in the SEC championship. I'll just watch a game that I know what happens. The second quarter, I'm out. Like the 20-minute condensed version of games. I'll watch that. But usually I will go back and watch games for Florida State as well from the previous season. Oh man, you know what? I forgot what happened every play of that Virginia Tech Florida State game. Let me turn that one on. Buddy, you know how many times I've had to watch Florida State versus Cal and Florida State versus Charleston Southern? That's all I got. I'm not going to watch us lose. You know what I'm saying? All I got is Cal, where we scored 14, and Charleston Southern, we beat the shit out of them. Our offense turned the fuck up. But, you know what I'm saying? It's Charleston Southern, so it's not that much fun. You know what I mean? But that's the only two games from last year that I can stomach to watch.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? It's not a lot going on there. So give me some fun this year. Real quick, don't care if you have anything for this. I just wanted to go through mine. I feel like I have to. Florida State's been on a tear in recruiting here the last couple weeks. got a flip from Devin Carter, the Auburn commit, 4-star blue chipper wide receiver. Got Xavier Tiller, the 4-star tight end out of Fairburn, Georgia, and the big get, and also a lot of guys. Jaden O'Neal, the Oklahoma quarterback, flip from them to us. That was huge. Hopefully he sticks because he is a perfect guy to run the Gus Malzahn offense. That jumped us all the way up to number 11 on 3 with 11 4-stars and 7 3-stars. Football still has to be played. So I'm not a huge, I know I'm talking about recruiting, but Mills don't hold water. Travis Hunter scarred me for life on recruiting. I'm not going to count these till they officially sign those letters of intent and send them in. Yeah, I don't really count them, but we have been on a tear, so I felt the need to say it. Florida has also went on a tear. You guys are currently, you're right behind
13,
us.
I think.
13. Yeah. But there's a lot of football that to be played. Everybody's got the big gets are still out there. So we'll see how it pans out. Before we get
I think y'all in the top. But no, he's going into his.
We was 10. We moved to 11.
No, I'm thinking about class 27. Jace Johnson out of Lowndes.
Is that the receiver?
No, the quarterback. Him and Jay.
There's a 5-star receiver that's entertaining us too for next year.
Him and Jay are really good friends. I think he's gonna announce his commitment here soon. And him and Jay, hint, him and Jay are really good friends. He's originally from Madison. I think Jay said like his mom and Jay's mom are good. They played on a bunch of the 7-on-7 teams together. So they're coming out the same year. He's a 4-star. And I think he announced that he made a post saying he's gonna make his commitment announcement. I think next month, a few weeks or something like that. I think y'all in the top 5, I believe.
And that's for next recruiting class.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, because him and Jay is in the same class.
The logo still holds weight, man. I heard the bedtime notification too. By the way,
yeah, that was mine.
We're getting old. I got one too, and this went off an hour ago. Yeah, the logo still holds weight, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, even on 2 and 10, we still finish with the top 25 recruiting class, top 20. It's not where I want to be, but we have to put wins in that column this year for a lot of these guys to stick. They don't want to come to a shit team, so I feel like you win on the field, we can maybe have a top 10 class this year. Hey, man, who knows? Maybe top 5. Who knows? Money's crazy now, though. All I'm saying is kids getting money.
Yeah, crazy.
In high school, even.
Yep.
So, anything you want to touch on before we get out of here, man?
Nah.
Any messages to the young bucks out there?
August 3rd, my bad. August 3rd is when he make his commitment date. I mean, his commitment decision. Texas A&M, Tennessee, Mississippi State, South Carolina, and Florida State. It's top 5.
Go Noles, man.
Come on. Yeah, it's top 5. No. Trying to think. No, I think I'm good.
Y'all had y'all's jamboree. We ain't talked since then. Y'all had y'all's jamboree or whatever it's called.
Jamboree. Yeah, pretty decent. A lot of things has changed, and the Godby football community. Won't speak too much on it. A lot of things has changed. People have been moved around, players and coaches. But it's still blue and white till I see the light, baby.
Star Street Bullies.
Star Street Bullies, 17-17.
Yeah. That's all coming up, man. When does the season start? It's like early September, isn't it?
Ooh, no, we got.
August. I mean,
yeah, we got Florida High. Give me 2 seconds. I should notice how to do it.
It's early August because usually that starts before college ball.
Yeah. Hold on, 2 seconds. We have Florida High August 15th. At the Godby High School.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's dope.
Yep. Florida High.
August what you said?
August 15th.
I might have to try to make that one for real, because my baby's due middle September, and I'm probably gonna be able to do shit after that. I'm gonna be tied down. 2 kids at once is just crazy.
It's crazy, man. God bless you.
At 36, it's nuts.
Ooh.
It's nuts. Yep. Everybody pray for your boy. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make that one. That was crazy. I mean, when's the last time y'all played one at the crib? Oh, y'all had some last year though, didn't you?
Just one. We played Orlando Christian Prep in week 0 at home. We were supposed to play somebody at home last year, but that was the week of the hurricane, so we didn't get to play. Oh yeah, so we haven't yet.
It is approaching. Football is because we are in the dead zone. It is nothing but baseball on MLB, not even college. This is not my favorite time of the year at all. So can't wait for that. As the season's getting a little closer, we're going to get back into our regular schedule of the prediction episodes and the reaction episode. So we'll get a little bit more in tune. So we appreciate y'all sticking with us, man. Do not forget to like and subscribe for your boys. You know what I'm saying? Hook us up, like, subscribe, tell a friend about us today. We out of here, man. Y'all be good. Happy early 4th of July.
I don't talk to them boys that sat on them benches for hours in the game on 4 inches. Coach, put me in the game on.
Do you like the Carter 6?
I do.
I like some songs.
I'll send you.
I am a